Hi guys! Today the video that I'm going to be doing is on how to make your own bone broth. Now bone broth is very nutritional, it's great for our digestive health. I'm going to read a couple of key points from Dr. Josh Axe's bone broth book. He has a powdered bone broth protein that I do use, but I do prefer to make my own bone broth for cooking. It's also good to have on hand. It's good to put in little ice cube trays and then freeze it and then pop those out in a big Ziploc bag or a airtight container, and then you can just throw a couple in whatever you're cooking. It adds a lot of flavor, a lot of nutrition. But bone broth has 19 easy to absorb essential and non-essential amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. It has collagen and gelatin, which helps form connective tissue. It's great for our hair, our skin, our nails, a lot of things that women care about. And then it has nutrients that support digestive functions, immunity, and brain health. There's tons of other things, but that was just a little snippet. So it's good for your gut health, it's good for your outside health, and it's good for building proteins inside your body. So the first thing you want to do is get grass-fed bones, bones from an animal that's been grass-fed. I went in on an order where I work. A bunch of people wanted to get bone broth, so we contacted a company who has grass-fed beef, and we asked them if we could do a big order and if we'd get a discount. And so that's a great way to do it. If you know me, ask me. I can give you the local connections on that, get you hooked up. But anyways, so these are bones that I've already previously used. The first time you use them, you want to throw them in the oven and roast them. I'm not sure the temperature. I can look it up and add it in the comments or the description of my video. But I've used these before, and you can continue to use them until they're soft. That means they still have, in my understanding, you can. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong, but in my understanding, you can keep using them until they're soft. Like chicken bones break down much faster than beef bones, so I've only used those a few times for chicken bone broth, but these I can use a few times. So I'm gonna turn my crock pot on low. I've already filled it with filtered water. So you wanna use good filtered water. And then you put a splash of apple cider vinegar in there, and that really helps to pull the minerals from the bones. Maybe 2 tablespoons. And then this is what I've been doing. So every time I use celery, onions, carrots, I keep the tops and the bottoms, what people would normally discard, like this is the bottom of a celery, and I put it in this nifty bag and I throw it in my freezer. So every time I chop them up, I put it in my freezer, Once I get a pretty full bag, then I'll make another batch. So that's one way. It's the vegetables you add in here are virtually free. You've already used them for other things and you're gonna throw them away anyways. So that's a little trick I like. If you are just starting or ain't nobody got time for that kind of person, you can certainly just buy and throw in onions, celery, what I'm supposed to say? Oh, carrots, yeah. So, just kind of put that down. I am going to add a little more water. I wasn't sure how much that would fill up. So that's basically it. Leave it on low, and I will just let it cook all day for 24 hours. And I turned it off and I let it cool down in here. I cracked the top and let it cool, and then I just pour it through a strainer. I'll put a big bowl in my sink, pour it through a strainer, and then that bowl I'll just scoop and pour into glass jars, put it in the freezer, put it in an ice cube tray, freeze it, you're good to go. I am going to add a few peppercorns, whole peppercorns to this, because I do like the flavor it adds, but that's basically it. When you're done and you strain it, then you can add the salt. If you do like it salty. If you don't want to add salt, that's perfectly fine. I love it with salt. I think it adds so much flavor, but it's great. If you're sick, you can have a cup of bone broth. It does help you recover and get better. It has electrolytes in it. Did I mention that? So that is basically it. I'm just gonna set it and forget it. Anybody remember those commercials? If you have questions, leave them down below. Yeah, if you like this and you try it, let me know. But otherwise, I just leave that puppy on the counter and check it tomorrow. So it's super easy to make your own. It doesn't take a lot of time, just takes a little bit of planning and finding the right kind of bones. That's it. That's why I love it. It's easy and it's so good for us. It's so good. So it's a great gift to give as well. I have given some bottles of bone broth away as gifts to one of my BFFs. Holla. So I don't know what else to say. It's easy, it's good for you. Give it a try. Let me know if you tried and you like it. If you have any questions, let me know as well. Thanks for watching. After I got home from work the next night, I threw a bowl and a strainer in the sink, poured all this beautiful goodness in there. The yellow onion skins really do help to make it that beautiful dark color. I scooped up the first couple jars worth, and then I poured it into this last jar with a colander. And there you have it, beautiful, nutritious bone broth. Threw it in the fridge with labels and then throw it in the freezer in the morning.